Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're reviewing the Mercedes S580. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Mercedes-Benz of Salt Lake for giving me some time with this car. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. If you have any questions, just ask for Dylan. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a twin-turbo 4-liter V8 that goes through a 9-speed automatic transmission. Power outputs are a whopping 496 horsepower and then 516 pound-feet of torque with this powertrain. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, I don't know if it's going to pop up on camera very well, but this has a matte white paint color. It's a special paint color you can get with the S-Class. It looks really cool and it makes the body lines pop out a massive amount. And then we of course have the S-Class's signature headlight design. And then look at the grille here on the 580. And then I like the coloration on the trim here at the bottom. It's got a nice finish. And then you probably noticed you got the hood ornament. And putting it all together, it is still distinctively S-Class when you look at the front end. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 255/35/21 in the front and then 285/30/21 in the rear. And you can see here with the wheels, you got the silver mixed with the blacked out elements, and then I like the silver brake caliper there as well. I think that looks really sharp. And then look at the fender here, that's cool. You notice the mirror cap blacked out, and you can see all the window trim. And it's cool to see the contrast between the gloss and the matte paint color on this one. And then here is your full side view with the S-Class. Now taking a look at the key fob, we have our lock and unlock function. We got the opening for the trunk, and yeah, it's got a nice like weighted feel to it. Popping into the cargo area with the S-Class, you guys can see it's actually quite spacious. I mean, I shouldn't say actually because it's an S-Class, it's a big car, so it makes sense as to why it's spacious. Anyways, when you're all done, just press that and that will lower the hatch or trunk right back down. Got this body painted spoiler here on the back end, and I guess if you're wondering what S-Class means, it's snow class. Okay, I'm just kidding. Anyways, look at the taillight design. I think that's really cool. You can see parking sensors there at the bottom as well. And putting it all together, let me guys think about the overall design here on the S-Class. And I like the pop-out door handles, how they're hidden now. Now taking a look at the door panel, you can see soft touch here at the top, and then I like the design down below. I think it looks really sharp, and then more soft touch here. Got our little handle, and then look at the ambient lighting. Got your seat adjustment here. We do have heated and cooled seats for the back, and then you got your window control and sunshade control, and then that trim's pretty cool. And then look at the speaker for the sound system. Pillows in the headrest, and then you can see with the pattern all down the center of the seat. Legroom here in the back is fantastic because it's an S-Class. We've got a little storage pocket there, some vents, and ooh, more storage as well. Oh, actually, sorry, USB, not storage. And then you can see the stitching there, and then we've got some storage here with this kind of like center console armrest. And yeah, these pillows are so cool. But yeah, these seats are really comfortable. And then last but not least, headroom. And then I guess true last but not least, sunroof too. Now taking a look at the front door panel again, got soft touch here, and then look at the trim just down below. And then I like this here, and then more of that soft touch. And then the handle just feels so premium. All of our seat adjustments, you got your heated and cooled seat function, memory seat function, all of the window controls here, and the light controls on the side. The mirrors do have blind spot monitoring. And then here's a quick look at the front seat, as you can see. And then nice pedals down below. Got your parking brake here, and then again, look at the nice trim, and then also on the dash. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you can see soft touch all around. Paddle shifters there on the back for the 9-speed. And yeah, the overall design here is pretty cool. We got controls here for the center stack, volume and voice command controls. We got our adaptive cruise control, and then controls there for the gauge cluster, turn signal / windshield wiper stalk, and then we have a column shifter. Now here's a quick look at the gauge cluster with the S-Class, fully digital, and ooh, we got the exclusive gauge cluster. I think that's pretty cool looking. But yeah, it kind of function as a second infotainment system, so we got the map view there in the center, for example. And then we do have a 360 camera system here with this as well, which is nice because this is a big car, so I'd say that it's needed, so it's good that it has it. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, you guys can see this whole layout here. We got like the map view, for example, and yes, we are literally in the middle of nothing, but in the middle of downtown Salt Lake. It's an interesting place. But yeah, overall response time with the screen's great, and if I press the little car button, you can see that stuff will pop up, and then we have the drive modes that'll pop up here as well. Nice trim on the dash, and then you can see across the ambient lighting. And then I like this here. And then with the glove box Yeah, it's spacious. Soft touch on the outside. And then you guys can see the physical buttons that I kind of mentioned earlier for like a drive mode select and all of that. And then tons of storage here in the center with our wireless phone charging pad, some USBs, and then we've got the center console. And yeah, nice trim here on the top. And then we do have a sunroof here for the front passengers as well. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood, both of the mirrors, both the rest of the rear, and, well, let's try not to back up into other Mercedes and we'll set off. So, something I want to mention with the S-Class I noticed while I was filming inside, you know, the S-Class obviously has tons of insulation for noise. The added benefit with all this extra insulation is that it makes the S-Class have this very cozy feel that you don't necessarily get in a lot of cars. So like with the best analog for me with this is probably like a house. If you've ever been in like an old house, you know, sometimes they got to get an insulation, but a lot of old houses, like they aren't that well insulated, right? And so even though like, you know, the heater might be on and it's kind of warm, you can, like the cold gets through the cracks and you kind of feel that and it bites a little bit, right? Hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about. That's kind of like with a car with insulation. Whereas with this S-Class, right, it's so well insulated that like you don't get the cold through the cracks. It's a really pleasant experience. And so yeah, it just kind of makes it so that it's feels more luxury basically. And boy oh boy, the S-Class has enough clearance for this driveway, but man, is this a not a fun driveway to have to go down with a car, that is for sure. Well, we are off on our way in the S-Class, and man, downtown Salt Lake's always kind of difficult to drive through because there's always construction, there's traffic, there's people. It's kind of what happens in a metropolitan area, but yeah, definitely happening here today. 4-liter V8, you cannot go wrong with this engine. So much torque. Such a powerful engine. It's a really fun experience. We're gonna pop it into the Sport Plus mode here, and yeah, the roads down here not exactly the most fun to go down, but yeah, it's so torquey. I love it. And the suspension is, even in the sport mode, just buttery smooth. The transmission's a little bit more aggressive, you can feel that. But yeah, it's just really smooth. And the seats are extremely comfortable. I mean, again, you got literally pillows on the headrests. I don't know what more you could ask for from a comfort standpoint. And again, it has this just insulated feel that I really appreciate, because I think that it just adds to the luxury of this car. Again, you can hear a little bit of the noise outside, but for the most part it's pretty muted, and it just feels, again, like it has that cozy warm feel, which I don't know, I really appreciate in a car during the winter time, because it makes it so it doesn't feel so cold and miserable. But we should have a green light here too. You can technically turn right here, but it is impossible with the traffic. Oh, gosh, this thing's got some power. You gotta go with the V8. You gotta go with the V8, I think. Because the inline 6 in the S500, it's fine, but just the sound and the power, the V8 is where it is at. So some things up here with the S580. I think this is a great luxury car. This one, I couldn't find the window sticker in this one, but I think on the website this one spec'd out was like $140-something thousand, roughly, with the pricing. So just gives you kind of an idea of where this sits. So let me know you guys think about the snow class, as I called it today, because this car is covered in snow and it's a snowy day. Look how steep that is. Crazy. But again, the S-Class, it's got the Surprisingly, even though it's a car, it has the clearance where it can do it.